Okay, couple of announcements. You guys know Hammer and Chisel released on the 1st, so definitely just keep promoting that. There is going to be a Facebook, like a huge group being sponsored in January, so look for that. I'll try to share that information when I see it. You'll usually see it in your online office too. They put that kind of stuff out in there. There have been some changes to Success Club, different ways to earn it, so I want to make sure you guys are aware of that. So there are 4 ways to earn Success Club points. The first 2 are if a client signs up with a challenge pack with either Shakeology or the Performance Pack. And the Performance Pack is going to be Energize and then Recovery from the Beachbody Performance line. So you get 2 points for either one of those options, and they have the option to choose that in there when they sign up. So if you have someone that's really like, no, I already have a protein powder, things like that they want to use, you might want to direct them to the Performance Pack to better accommodate their needs. The third way that you get Success Club points is if you have a new coach with a challenge pack within their first 30 days. So let's say that you have someone who doesn't take advantage of signing up right away with a challenge pack, or you have an existing client that just decides they want to become a coach and they don't sign up with a challenge pack. If they still sign up with a challenge pack within those first 30 days, you can get 2 points from that, and they can get their coach enrollment fee then refunded. They just have to contact Coach Relations and get that done. The other way, and that's 2 points also for a coach with a challenge pack. The other way that you can get Success Club points is to get someone on Shakeology Home Direct or the Performance Pack on Home Direct, and that's 1 point. So this is a great option for those people that you find that they ordered a program online, or maybe they got it off Amazon, or something like that. And don't ever discount those people. I got Insanity originally 5 years ago off of Amazon. So you can talk to them though about nutrition and other ways that you can help them, and you can get 1 Success Club point from the Home Direct orders. You do have to make sure it's on Home Direct though, and what I tell people is I'm going to recommend that you get it on Home Direct because it saves you over $10 on shipping. It will come every single month, but it comes on the day that you order it, so we can always pause or cancel it or change your flavor. And then this is just something for you guys for good customer service. You really should be tracking that. Every Monday I go into my customer orders and I look and see whose Shakeology is going to ship within the next 10 days. And I send them in a message and just say, hey, your Shakeology is going to ship on the 14th. I just wanted to let you know. So if you wanted to change flavors or do anything else, now is a good time to do it. I don't say if you want to pause it or cancel it, now is a good time to do it. I try not to plant that seed, but people will message me back and say, I really have a lot of product. Can I delay it for a month? And then I tell them yes. And they can modify it right online. If they log into their Beachbody account and then go on the upper right-hand side, they have a little thing that says My Account. If they click in that and then modify my orders, they can change their Shakeology flavor, ship date right online. So that's a good option. And I also say, when I finish the message out, I say, or if you'd like to talk about how you can get a 25% discount on it too, let me know and we can chat. So that's one way I let people know about their Shakeology. Okay. Recognition. Nikki has added another new coach under her team, so that is awesome. There are a couple of you already with Success Club points. Erin has 2 Success Club points. Brandy has, no, I'm sorry. Laura has 2 Success Club points, and Nikki has 4 Success Club points, I think. Yeah, so nice job, guys. Way to get going. December 9th, that's really great. December can be a hard month, so make sure you're inviting, make sure you're being consistent. Don't let your business drop off this month because it's hard to come back from it after that. So tonight, what I'm going to talk to you guys about is how to plan your month. I do have training or content that I'm going to share with you, but I also wanted to leave this open so that you guys could ask questions about this if you had any questions. So when we talk about planning our month, what that really means is that you are planning ahead what your business month is going to look like as a coach. I really recommend that you do this. I do not recommend just flying by the seat of your pants and as a month gets started, you are suddenly trying to figure out when you're going to run your groups. If you already know the dates that you have in the next month set for when your groups will start, it is easier for you to plug customers in. You know what you're inviting people to, and you can drive your content so that it makes your inviting easier. I personally am starting to plan my calendar out 3 months ahead of time. The reason why is because with holidays or different things that are happening, I want to have the flexibility to shift my schedule if need be. Or also, you know, like we know when a new program is going to come out, we have a couple months advance notice. So if I want to do a special launch group, I can plan that out ahead of time, and then I'm not trying to advertise for different kinds of groups back to back. So it just helps your content flow a little bit easier. I'm going to tell you guys my schedule because this is what works for me. You can plan your month however you want. I have done a couple of different things. I used to run a challenge group at the beginning of the month. Now I run it at the end of the month because I just like to be able to invite all month long to it. You could start it in the middle of the month. You could start it on Tuesdays if you wanted to, or on Sundays. You pick what day works for you. For me, I just start the 4th Monday of every single month. But what I want to have you guys look at is you want to be able to invite people to something every single week. Because when we talk about inviting and getting your 3 invites in a day, you don't necessarily have to be inviting 3 people to a challenge group every single day. You could be getting your invites in through inviting people to a challenge group, inviting them to a free group, or inviting them to a coach event. So don't feel like you have to just be inviting to a challenge group all month long. You have a lot of other tools and resources that are available to you to run as a coach. So for me personally, I run a 5-day free group every single month, a challenge group, and then I do at least 1 coaching event a month. I'm actually trying to increase my accountability and do 2 coaching contents a month so that I'm inviting more people to that because that's where I'm at with my business. But I plan on, in a month, inviting to a challenge group for 2 weeks out of the month. The reason why is it does take a little bit more time because you're spending a lot more time building that relationship. You're asking goals, you're finding out what they're interested in. Excuse me. You are really trying to make sure that you are interested in them and that you're making an appropriate recommendation for them versus like a coaching sneak peek or a 5-day group. Those are open places to gather information. So yes, I want to make contact with someone and I kind of want to know why they're interested in it, but it's not as vital to me to have these longer conversations with a lot of questions before they go into those groups. So that's why I plan on spending 2 weeks to invite in a challenge group. And honestly, I'm inviting all month long, but those are my focused content for 2 weeks. For me, I do the first week of my challenge groups as a prep week, so people could still be ordering that first Monday when it starts. So I'm usually inviting directly the 2 weeks before the group starts. If you don't do a prep week, or if you want people to have their program the day that your challenge group starts, you want to have a week break between your last inviting week and when your group starts so that people's packages and programs are coming that week before your challenge group starts. I hope that makes sense. So as you're looking at your calendar, you would want to have 2 weeks that you're inviting, a week between where you're inviting something for something else because you've closed your challenge group at that point, and then you have your challenge group starting the next week. I invite 1 week for a free group, and then I invite 1 week in for a coach event. So what this means for me is, because I run a like page, I'm running ads during that time for those specific groups, whatever I'm inviting to, whatever my inviting focus is during that week. I'm also sharing results, personal results of my own during those invite weeks. And then I am gearing other things towards those invites. So I'm setting my content so that people are getting the jabs, and they're looking and they're interested and they're seeing what I have to offer. And then I'm placing a hook for the group sometime within the week. I usually do 2 hooks a week. So I'm giving them this content, I'm jabbing them with like, oh, look at these 3-day refresh results, or look at these, look at my muscle definition that's grown, or look at this great recipe off of this program, or look at this at-home workout series that you can do. So I'm giving them this content, I'm getting them interested, I'm showing them what I have to offer, and then I'm hooking them with, would you like a more structured setting to participate with this in? So planning my month also helps me plan out my content. So my content is focused. I know who I'm talking to in my targeted audience. I know what my posts are being driven towards. And then I am able to invite easier. People are going to say yes because they've seen these other things and it's driving them to say yes. So when you're inviting, remember on our team, you can be inviting to your own groups. You can be teaming up maybe with your success partner or with some other coaches and you guys are running a group together, or it can be your uplines. Eventually, you guys want to be running your own groups or teaming up and running with other people, or you're running them with the coaches under you. The reason why is typically whoever is running a group or whoever is creating those events or manning that advertisement, that's who people are looking at as an expert. So not that you can't team up with someone else, and not that you can't join your upline for a few months to really get your feet wet, but eventually you want to establish yourself as an expert and as a resource. So you do want to eventually become independent. The other thing is, switch things up. See how things are going. Are you getting a lot of invites to your 5-day group? If not, you may need to change what you're offering. So if you currently do a water challenge, maybe you need to do clean eating. Maybe you need to do crock-pot. I'm going to tell you right now, there have been some huge free crock-pot recipe groups that have been blowing up. So if you use the crock-pot a lot, start getting those recipes together, seeing how you can make them healthy, start advertising for that. Look at what's happening in the current situation. Maybe people want healthy dessert recipes right now during the holiday season, or a 5-day healthy cookie recipe. Be creative, think outside the box, and just try something. It's never going to hurt for you to try something. To be honest, my 5-day groups the past couple months have had very low interaction, and we have been changing things every single month to try to improve and see if we can get more interaction. And I've heard from a lot of people their 5-day groups are hurting this time of year, so it may just be the holiday season. So truly, I might need to look at changing and doing a crock pot or a healthy dessert recipes group, whatever it may be. Don't be afraid to try something in a month. It's not going to hurt. You may get 1 or 2 people that really dive in and become an eventual customer for you. So just try it. Don't be afraid. Let me see. So in my schedule, I run a 5-day group at the beginning of the month. The reason why is I want to start off the month with generating interest, getting a new pool of potential invites to draw from, and I give people a taste of what my challenge groups look like. And that is kind of what you want to drive your 5-day free groups around, or 7-day or 3-day, whatever you want to do. You want to show them the benefit of participating in your more focused, structured group is. So have good content in there, participate in there. You're helping, you're making contact with them privately one-on-one. You're asking about their goals while they're in that group. You're keeping them engaged, and you're showing them the support that they can give. Then after that, is when I generally advertise for a coaching event for a week, and I start some of my challenge group inviting. Just because of the way I run my business, I am putting out a lot more invites in a month. So I'm usually inviting the whole entire 3 weeks before my challenge groups. But for you, you may want to go from an accountability or your 5-day free group right into 2 weeks of inviting for your challenge group, because you're going to invite all those people in your free group to see if they want to join you in your challenge group. And then you may do a coach group the last week of the month when your challenge group has started, so that you have something new you're inviting people to. That's also a good plan to do, because normally when your challenge group, a new one is starting, your old one is finishing up, or you've had a week in between there, you can start talking to all those people that were just in your challenge group, all those clients, and see if they're interested in becoming coaches. And you're able to say, you were super motivating. You got these great results. I know you were looking at the next program. Have you considered becoming a coach? And you can invite them into your coach event to check that out. Coaching events can also be a variety of things. You can do a webinar, you can do a call, you can do a 3 to 7 day group, like a free group on Facebook, or you can do an event, which is what we have been doing lately. So there are lots of different opportunities and things that way too that you can invite people to. What I really want you guys to know is that this is your business, and there are lots of opportunities out there and lots of creative avenues to run your business through. So if there's something you are really passionate about doing or want to try, please, please, please just try it. Make 2016 the year where you are trying something new. You're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, because it's going to help you reach those other goals. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. The other thing that you can do, the other way you can schedule to help yourself out for your month, is you can plan what days you're going to do your jabs and your hooks. And you can also even plan what content you are going to share daily. I have done that before, where before the month starts, I write out every single day. I take my list of 5 things, and we've talked about this in Coach Basics, 5 things that represent you. So for me, it's finance, family, fitness, organization, and motivation. And then I have split that into the month where I'm doing a different thing every single day, so that I'm rotating my content and I'm offering people different things. Remember, your posts, you should only have 1 a day related around fitness or around what you're doing necessarily, like for working out and things like that. You want to show people that you're more than just a Beachbody coach. You are a student. You are a parent. You are, whatever your day job is. A ton of you guys are nurses or cooks or teachers. Whatever it may be, you want to show people you're more than that. You're a fur mom. You enjoy hiking outside. You love taking pictures. You're really into fashion. You want to draw those people to you, showing that you're more than just a Beachbody coach, because people in general are interested in way more than just working out. So that's how you're going to attract your target audience, is by showing that you have more to offer than just saying, I worked out today, or here's a home workout plan, or you need to eat healthy, all those different things. So that can help you rotate your content and make sure that you are offering more. So that may be something that you try. I actually think Nikki does this, because I think I saw in one of our groups she had posted her calendar or took a picture of her power hour, and I saw that she pre-writes out her posts. I do that too, especially when I get stuck, because let's face it, you guys, there are days you sit at the computer and think, what am I going to post? And you post something that's a total flop. So if you do struggle with that, really consider planning out your content for the month of what you're going to do, and then put in your jabs and your hooks. You want your jabs and your hooks placed at the times of day when people are most interactive on your page. If you have a like page, you actually can look in your insights and you can see the times of day that people are most interactive. If you don't have a like page, which is okay, you don't have to, look back at your posts from the past week and see which posts are getting the most likes and comments on, because one, that will help you see what kind of content you need to continue to share. But two, you can kind of see what time of day people are commenting on there. So I've actually been experimenting a lot lately because mornings have kind of been bombing for me. So I've been trying a few different times in the morning to get things going. And I know if I post at 7 to 7:30, I get nothing. And I think the reason why is because that's when kids are finally up, and my target audience, which is moms, they are busy getting their kids ready, or they're trying to get out the door. So they're not looking on Facebook. If I post something at 6, it gets a lot better content. If I post something at 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock, it gets a lot better content. So look at those things too, so that you can post your hooks at high times. Oftentimes people are on in the evening. That's why you will see a lot of Beachbody coaches post in the evening. A lot of coaches post a hook on Sunday evenings because people are at home sitting with their family. They're getting ready for the next week, watching TV, and they're scrolling through Facebook. Even look at yourself. When are the times that you sit and scroll through Facebook? That may be a good time that you are posting content on there. And you can even write down, try some things to see if you get some better interest. Maybe one week you're doing a morning hook, an afternoon hook, and an evening hook, and just try it and track it. Let's see. And I just had something else I was going to say with that I totally forgot. This is my life lately, you guys. I halfway forget everything I'm going to say. So that's a lot of what I wanted to cover specifically about how to plan your month. I'm really going to recommend that you guys plan January out starting now. What is your theme going to be if you want to do a theme? What's your content going to revolve around? When are your groups going to start? You need to have all these things ready to go, because January can be a prime month. A lot of people are getting into their New Year's resolutions, and you want to know when you can plug people in and when you're going to be advertising. So, does anybody have any questions? It can be about planning, or it can be about anything else. We have about 15 minutes, so I wanted to really leave a lot of time for you guys to be able to brainstorm or ask questions if you had any.
Kara, I have one, and it's related to getting people to buy. It's Erin. My screen's black, so.
No, that's okay.
I have a gal at work that wants to do the hammer and chisel. I've been talking about it at work, and she's done other Beachbody programs. And she no longer has a coach. She moved to Florida and isn't a coach anymore. So she wanted to sign up under me. So I was really excited. And she's told me for the last probably 2 weeks, I'm going to order. And I just feel like now I'm hounding her every day saying, I still haven't seen your order. You know, did you have problems getting linked under me? I've tried kind of every different way without feeling like you haven't ordered yet. What's your problem sort of deal?
Right.
Is there a different way to approach it? Do I just kind of let it drop and give it a few more days? So.
Yeah, there's a couple of different strategies that you can do. I have seen some coaches recommend that by the third time that you've asked, you give them an off, like you let them off the hook type of question. So it might be something like, hey, I know we've talked about this and I still haven't seen your order. I wasn't sure if maybe now just wasn't a good time. Do you want me to check in with you next month, or did you still want me to reserve you a spot? You could do something like that where you're letting her off the hook. The other thing that I do, and this is actually where planning helps me, and I make it more of an urgency, is I will say, okay, so like my next group is starting the 28th. So what I would do, if this wasn't Christmas time, because I'm not going to message somebody on Christmas, but usually 3 days before my group starts, I message that person and just say, hey, my group is starting the 28th. I still have your spot reserved, but I wanted to make sure you were going to be able to get your program before the group starts. Were you still planning on joining me? And then they'll usually tell you, or they ignore you, or whatever it may be. And if they don't respond, then the day my group starts or the day before, I message them again and say, hey, I'm starting tomorrow. Is this not a good time for you? Do you want me to follow up with you next month to see if it's a better time? Or sometimes those people that just don't respond at all, The next month, then I go back to them and I just say, hey, I know we talked about this last month. It seems like maybe the timing wasn't right. I wanted to check and see if you were ready for my group this month. So I only follow up a few times. I also do things sometimes where I send a little message that's like, hey, I just wanted to check in with you and see if you were still interested in joining the group, or do you want me to stop bugging you about this? And I do like a little smiley face so that it's non-threatening, but it kind of relieves the pressure, and people will honestly message me back and say, no, you're not bugging me at all. I don't have the money this month, or I decided I didn't have the time. Or people will message me back and say, yeah, this just isn't right for me. I've decided. So I think when you make it where you're not upset about it, people are going to respond to you. I definitely wouldn't ask every day, because then it becomes more of a, okay, like I don't want to talk to you or see you in the hall anymore, or I'm afraid to see your message pop up on Facebook because I still haven't ordered. So
Okay.
I do just give it a couple days. By the third checkup or follow-up, I would do something where it's like, hey, is it better for me to check in with you next month?
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I have a question about engagement in challenge groups.
Yeah.
So Megan and Sheridan and I are running this group this month, and we have 25 people in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we have maybe 2 besides us, 1 or 2 that are actually actively participating. And I feel like participation has been getting lower and lower. Although, I mean, we're participating. So it's been really, really low. And I'm just not quite sure. Part of me is like, well, should I just post in the group and be like, hey guys, what can I do? What do you guys need? What can I do to engage you? I've been checking in with people one-on-one every week, and everybody's like, yeah, the group's wonderful. I just like to be in the background. But is there anything, like, is that something to be concerned about, number 1? And number 2, any tips for getting engagement?
I don't think it's necessarily something to be concerned about. Some groups just run that way. However, I would take it as a reflective piece for yourself. We all have groups where engagement goes down. But what that usually means to me is that my content isn't engaging. So I need to change what I'm offering to them, change maybe the format I'm delivering it in. This is also in the past when I have done some type of prize for a group, or I've done a point system, different things like that. I'll be honest with you though, right now I'm running 2 groups. Our prize group that we're doing is having amazing engagement. Like, this is probably one of the highest engaged groups I've ever had. My other group that I am running with my clients, I have about 4 out of 13 that are actively participating. So today I actually posted in there, it's been a little quiet. What's going on? Are you guys needing something? How's everyone feeling? And then I said, for today, I want you to post your favorite motivational quote. And I had 7 people participate in that. So it's showing me that I need to change what I am asking of them. When you are messaging them one-on-one, I would also say, that's great. I'm glad the group is working for you. I just want you to know that there are other people who are having the same struggles that you are having. And if you are more active in the group, I think it may help them be involved more or ask the same questions. Because ultimately what you want to look at too is you're trying to groom potential future coaches. So you want to have really amazing, active, engaging groups so that they are saying, this is a ton of fun. I want to run this on my own. I want to be involved with this every single month. So you do want to try to increase your engagement. Coaches have done a variety of things. They've done theme groups, point systems, prizes. I'm trying to think. Some coaches have even done things where a different person leads, like one of their challengers actually posts a day. And make sure you're really setting the expectation up to begin with. I also, for repeaters, if they did not participate in the group one month and then they tell me the next month they want to participate, I say, that's fine. I want to have you in there, but I need to have you participate more. And I see what they say from there. So is that helpful at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of repeaters in there that I think just kind of like the group because it keeps them on track, but they're kind of not bothering to participate because they're pretty well on track themselves. But yeah, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And this is a common problem. I also think, I've seen in general, this year, this holiday season, I think people are just not engaged. This didn't happen to me as much last year, but between our free groups, between what other coaches on the team have said and have come to me and said, like, I'm having trouble in my groups with engagement, I think this year is just different for people. So don't take it personal, but definitely look at what can I do to change. Maybe even go on YouTube and throw in some videos from some of the trainers. Put like some free recipes in there, get some of the other workouts that you can do in there. Offer some different content that way where it's not just you, or it's not just a daily post about here's what you should be eating, or whatever it may be. Look at changing what you're offering. Any other questions? Don't be shy. All right. I'm going to close it down then if there's nothing else. So thanks for hopping on, you guys. See, I just had something I was going to tell you again, and I totally forgot. Oh, I know what it is. Ariel's going to talk more about this, but she is going to be offering a special type of group for all of the coaches in our downline starting in January, so look for announcements on that. I do know the details, but I'm going to let her break it to you since it's her group. So just look for those kinds of things. Really start thinking about what your goals for 2016 are, what you are wanting from me, what you are wanting, what kinds of trainings or opportunities you're wanting, because I'm going to start asking for those so that I can kind of plan my 2016. I have some big goals for 2016 that I'll be sharing with you guys, and definitely anybody that I can help along the way. So, just be ready to really make 2016 your year, and I'm excited for it. Finish out December strong, be consistent, invite people, offer different things, see what you can do. I'm also going to tell you, you guys will probably hear this from Carl Deichler at least once before the end of the year. Research has shown over and over and over again that December 26th is the prime time that people commit to things. So start looking, planning, see what you can do around that time of year to get people to commit and join in with you. So you're never a salesman, but there are prime times that we are going to pounce on people's emotions and ask them to join us. But anyways, thanks for hopping on, you guys, and I hope you have a great night, and thank you for spending your Wednesday with me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.